Good morning. It's the 1st of March. I don't know how it is the 1st of March, but my calendar says that it is. So, Feb 22, what did it bring? The second of 12 snippets into the life of a small accountancy practice owner. So, Feb 22 for me brought COVID and half term. So I went for one night out and ended up with coronavirus. I managed to avoid it up until Feb, so I don't feel like I did too bad. But it took me down. I was quite ill, obviously not as poorly as a lot of people have been, so I do think myself lucky, but it wasn't easy. And it did bring me subject matter for story time with Sam number 2, which is the fact that everybody needs a wingman or a wingwoman, as the case may be. I think it really brought home to me how many tasks go on day to day that only I can do. It's not that only I'm capable of doing these tasks, it's that so much information is in here. And it made me think that if I didn't have the small team that I now have in terms of staff, but also in terms of friends and family members, I'd have a much bigger backlog, not just in life, as in keeping the house together and all of that good stuff, but especially in the business. But most business books talk to you about the lack of sick pay when you're self-employed, like don't forget you won't get sick pay if you go self-employed. And I think that's something that's kind of drilled into us, but not many speak about the lack of sick cover. And I think we really need to think about this as small business owners. Have you got a wingman? Have you got a wingman that can actually hold the fort? How did I cope? Well, I powered through. I was slower than usual. I obviously, I do have a backlog now. I wasn't as efficient as I usually would be. But I was curled up, feeling quite poorly, laptop on my knee, drinking cups of tea, thinking, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to get through this. I did it. It was fine. A few clients had to wait a bit longer for things, but overall it was fine. But it did get me thinking. And this isn't just for accountancy practice owners, this is for everyone. I mean, we all know about key man insurance and kind of cover to actually cover if the worst was to happen. And obviously as an accountant, we have continuity of practice cover. So God forbid, if something terrible happened to me tomorrow, all my clients would be automatically transferred to another practice and then they'd look after their tax affairs. But if I was to say break both my legs and actually had to have some time off, or if I got flu and I was in bed and actually not capable of doing anything for clients for a couple of weeks, could somebody hold the fort? Well, the honest answer is no, not without a lot of chaos. And the reason for that isn't because nobody else is capable. Of course they are. The reason for that is that there is too much going on inside my head. So I've kind of listed in the text of this post that my conclusion is that there's too much of the business inside my head. And my advice is to leave nothing business related inside your head. Now, how am I going to attack that? Well, I'm going to attack that by making sure every single task I do, whether it's client facing or not, has a system, a policy, and a method behind it, which is down on paper. I say paper, I obviously mean it's stored within the computer system. And I think it was just something that I wanted to share with you all. It sounds really simple and obvious, but do you actually have someone that could hold the fort? And if not, if you're a sole practitioner, if you don't have any staff, could I walk into your practice and hold the fort? Could I spend 2 hours looking through your systems, processes, files and go, right, yeah, cool, I can deal with X, Y, and Z? And if the answer's no, maybe you need to think about it, because it's certainly something that I'm going to be putting a lot of time and energy into, or some time and energy into, to make sure that if needs be, a staff member or an external party could come into my practice and hold the fort without having to be on the phone to me every half hour. So that's my rambling for Feb 22. I hope everybody is well, and I will see you again on the 1st of April. Until then, I will try not to have to have any more time off work, but the other side to this is one day I might want a work-free holiday, because I haven't had one of those since, I'm sure, 2018. That's a long time. Catch you soon, everyone.